Well, hello, everybody.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
Good evening.
Good
Hello.
evening. Yo, that transition was good. I'm getting it down.
Oh yeah,
I'm
very
getting it
good.
down.
Proud of you.
Proud of you.
It's only
Like-
been, it's only been a year and a half.
70 episodes in, and here we are.
Yeah. We try to put together the best possible.
The worst intros ever.
Yeah.
No.
That's it. He
What's
nailed
up,
it.
Zing?
What's up, Zen? He said, "What's up, nerds?" He said, "Discord's video is going at a solid 15 FPS. That's good." Nobody move fast. Talk slowly.
Oh, I need. Look at that light on my head. That is magnificent. That is,
Yeah, you should put a hat on.
dude. That is like Michael Jordan magnificent. All right, but I do need one of these. Patrick Stewart, Michael Jordan, whatever. Take your pick.
Definitely not Michael Jordan.
You guys have
Oh, man.
one key difference that you don't share.
That's it though.
You're
Just
good at, you're good at basketball. You're not good at basketball.
I'm amazing at basketball. I'm just not black. Or a
There it
billionaire.
is. There it is.
It's really funny that Tech has a white man can't jump poster in the background while we're talking about this. It works out very well. How's everybody's week been?
Busy.
Miserable.
Terrible, dude.
Oh boy.
I got a tooth pulled. I got a tooth pulled Monday morning, and that's
Ugh.
all I've been consumed with all week.
Mm.
No. Week's ruined.
Whole week's done.
2020's
Maybe
been
even
awesome.
next week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
2020's been the fucking best, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good record so far. Do you think it'll last all year, or do you think we're gonna like find a rhythm or a solution? You know what I mean?
I mean, there are things happening currently that may indicate this could last a while, but who knows? Who knows?
Like I can't recall. You know, this is pretty unique. I think everybody knows what we're talking about. It's pretty unique in our lifetime to witness anything that's canceled institutions like the NBA and stuff like that.
This is very unprecedented, like
Yeah.
for a lot of people's lifetimes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like even 6 months after 9/11, everybody's like, okay, you know, let's go back to work.
Sure,
Let's
sure.
go shopping, and you know, let's repair. But you know, is this a 6 month thing or is it a year thing? Like I don't know. I don't even know what to expect. It's just weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish
Yeah, I
I
don't-
wish I had better information on like the general time it takes for Corona to run its course. But like we got countries like Italy that are on full lockdown.
Yeah.
60
Yeah.
million people can't go out. No one can come in. Don't stay a meter away from people. Don't shake hands. Don't hug. Like
Well, shit, we're almost there. Trump just banned travel to Europe tonight.
You know what? I heard that, and it is making quite a stir. I saw somebody immediately post on Twitter that is not the case. He can say that, but he does not. He can't there's nothing he can. Yeah. So
Yeah, well, that sounds about right.
yeah. So just I'm not saying either one of those things is right. Just maybe keep your eyes open for that to change.
Kumail
So,
Nanjiani on Twitter was also like banning travel to Europe is like trying to clean up a coffee spill by washing the mug. So I mean, yeah.
it's already here, right?
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting. So
Yeah.
I guess because it's the topic we started with, we should just kind of. Well, we didn't go around and we talk about everybody. Tech had a tooth pulled, and that sucks. Ben, why did your week suck?
No, it didn't suck. Just busy. Just feel like I'm always catching my breath or getting ready for the next big thing. So, not gonna complain like my usual shtick. It's just mentally taxing.
All right.
So playing video games at night's been nice.
For sure.
Staying busy is nice. So
Right.
playing Astroneer with you guys has been great. It's despite the shitty frame rate. And so we'll get into that shit later. But yeah, so all right. Not too
Right.
bad. Not a bad 7 days, I suppose. Nothing really to complain about.
Sure. Ryan, what's up, man?
I've been moving family members this whole week. It's not fun.
No, moving people's the worst.
Like
Especially when,
Are they-
I
They not
have more
have the use of
motivation
their-
than they do, and and I have to move all of their stuff into their new house. So
I was just about to ask if they didn't have
no,
the use of their legs.
I'm not carrying them like Yoda on my back.
Okay.
No, I just when I have to sit there and be the motivational speaker for you to get your own shit in the
You're
house.
in a shit situation when Ryan's been put in charge of morale and charisma.
Jesus.
Sure. Yeah.
It's just been a long few days.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool.
For sure. My week's been I don't know, it seems pretty meh. Not much has happened. A couple of things have happened that were huge, but I can't talk about those for a while. Don't worry, stuff news will come.
So the week was mostly meh, except for some very big things.
Yeah, well, so those very big
That you're not willing to share.
Yeah, those very big things were late last week. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, today, pretty par for the course. There's some stuff going on at GameStop. There's some stuff going on today with a Walmart across from GameStop. Lots of
Right.
So the Walmart was
tweet ever pick up traction?
No, it didn't. And Walmart was open at 6:00, but like the circumstances of their closure for the majority of their day was questionable, very questionable. Then we talked to somebody who was waiting for the bus, who said he'd been in there. So for people who don't know and haven't seen the tweet, our Walmart in Maplewood was closed at like 9 this morning, and at like 1, a guy was at the bus stop holding Walmart bags who said that he had just been let out. He'd been there for hours because they called something over the intercom and had everybody leave the store except for everybody in a department. And then those people had to wait until the police and someone else showed up. And then employees were seen one by one, and then customers were let out in small groups for hours. And they said it was the signs on the windows and the doors of the Walmart said it was a power issue, a power outage. But those two things don't make sense.
That sounds like a lie right there.
Yes, and there was a unmarked van that they said was the power company. We live in St. Louis. Ameren's vans aren't unmarked.
Right.
And it had stuff going into the building, drawing power. And then later in the day, a dump truck showed up, and they started putting stuff in the dump truck and then driving away, and then drove it away. And while the dump truck was there, a second unmarked van was there. We saw someone in a business suit escorted by the police wearing a badge, holding a briefcase.
It was some Men in Black shit,
It was
dude.
some shit.
Wow. That is so fucking crazy.
This is zombie containment for sure, dude.
And then right,
Off tops.
and then and then the dump truck left, the second van left, and then it stayed dead for another hour and a half, and then they just opened. So who knows? Who knows? Yeah. So today was eventful, I guess you could say.
It was.
We were super slow at work, but that's whatever. But yeah, speaking of the coronavirus, we have news specifically related to that, and a lot of it.
A whole lot.
The first and most pertinent to our beloved game industry, E3 has been officially canceled for the year. I shared a link this morning that was from Ars Technica that was posted last night that said they had like 3 or 4 people within the ESA who could confirm that it was canceled. I shared that with a couple of the groups this morning, and there was a little bit of pushback that but no one's actually officially said it. But the fact that they shared that last night, and then at the same time they shared it last night, Devolver Digital hopped on Twitter and was like, "Yo, everybody cancel your E3 flights and bookings." And people were like, "What?"
Mm-hmm.
I went with it. I was like, "Yeah, this is a thing. It's canceled." And then at like 10 this morning, something like that.
Well, it probably 11 our time, 9 Pacific.
Right. So 11 our time, early in the morning in the West Coast. The ESA came out and was like, "Yeah, it's canceled. We're not doing it." Which I wasn't surprised. I'm a little bummed. We talked about this so much last week. I want to know what you guys are thinking, because last week we were thinking, no way. How did you take finding out that this huge event's canceled this year?
I mean, today was just an avalanche of information. Yesterday too, I guess, for the most part. As everything ramps up. Yesterday we learned that Harvard shut down as well.
Yep.
And then their students rioted in the streets because they were being threatened of being homeless, effectively.
Yeah,
a lot of people go to school and then that's it. So where do you go? I don't have a job. We just go, where do I live? So
Yeah, my
that
family's
happened.
gonna come get me tomorrow, and I
Right.
live 3,000 miles away.
My family from Singapore is
Yeah.
gonna, yeah. So and then Wash U shut down today, and then this happened. So to me, I'm just like, yeah, of course. So now every time something shuts down, I'm just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, a
SLU's
lot of
shutting down next week. Webster's shut down for
Webster
the
shut
rest of
down
the
today.
semester.
Hmm.
The MBA was suspended the rest of the season.
So Webster's not shutting down. The dorms, one of the big restaurant on campus is still open for the Webster Groves campus, and then all the labs are still open, which is kind of scary. But but usually when you go to a lab, it's like 3 people hanging out.
Yeah, yeah.
So just be vigilant with
Hey,
our
bro,
instructions.
sneeze into this petri dish. See what happens.
Yeah, not that kind of lab. Like even the computer labs are called
Yeah.
labs. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So the room I teach out of is considered a lab, and then so they're just trying to keep students from, gathering. So yeah, I've got to teach online courses for the next 5-6 weeks. So that's interesting.
Yeah, it'll be fun. There was a
Yeah.
professor at
I
NYU
think it might
School
be
of
actually.
Game Design that put his class on Twitch and was teaching his students game design and teaching how stream etiquette, how to stream and shit on Twitch, which was funny.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I should consider Twitch then. I don't like the barrier of having people install an app and create a username and then do the two-form authentication and all that shit. I just do YouTube and they can watch it from their iPad or whatever.
But Twitch, they get to interact with it,
Mm,
and you can verify attendance.
really?
Have everybody say hello.
Oh, you can do that on YouTube. I can do that on Discord now too.
Yeah.
And Discord had a status today that said because of COVID, they're upping the live stream something rather to 50 users or something. I don't know, some kind of thing.
Yeah, they're allowing more people to be in a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not the only teacher to think.
Next week, the podcast has 48 guests.
I'm not the only one to think Discord is a destination for their students. It sounds
Yeah,
like.
I'm sure Discord and Slack and all sorts of things are
Yeah.
popping up. Discord seems to be the one used by most people because it's free. Slack's
Yeah.
free too, but
But it's less cool.
Tech, you were about to say something and I cut you off a while ago. I apologize.
Yeah,
What was
it's all
that?
good, man. No, I was gonna say that with the South by Southwest closing and
Yeah.
the Coachella being postponed to October and all these big things that are like cities are like depend on for currency. Once I saw that, then nothing surprises me now, except for the NBA. The NBA was
That's
an OG
huge.
moment. Like that's huge.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, right?
Not really.
I mean, no, because there's soccer teams. There's soccer teams that are continuing their games in Europe. They're just
Should
doing
they?
it. They're just doing it to. They're doing it to empty stadiums.
They are.
The games
Which
are
is
still
smart.
going on, but people are able to watch.
Well, maybe I didn't think of that.
Slightly weirder. No, they did think about it because
Yeah.
Golden State Warriors earlier today they said that they're going to do the next game's going to be at the Chase Arena is going to be empty stadiums. But what the tipping point was, Rudy Gobert being tested, which is a jazz center, is being tested for coronavirus. And he jokingly touched the microphones and stuff on the way out, being silly. But the NBA thought that would him actually maybe having it because he has the flu-like symptoms was too much. Like him having flu-like symptoms was too much.
I think he tested positive.
So what?
I think he's positive. I think he's.
He might be by now.
Yeah,
that's
he's
what I
tested
read
positive
before.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NCAA said March Madness will go
he's
on,
positive.
but the NCAA said March Madness will go on, but it will be in empty stadiums.
See what's crazy is they're shutting down the NBA, but there's no talk about shutting the Olympics down. And the Olympics is literally bringing the top athletes
That
from all over the world.
Yeah.
Well, as of right now, I'm looking at some 7 hours ago. Chief Assistant Games are on track for Tokyo 2020.
I mean, I guess
Because the games that are still going on, there's nothing stated that they're not gonna get they're not gonna cancel it.
if you do it to empty stadiums, then it's fine. That's a significant dip in the amount of money that I'm sure Japan was betting on making this year. But they've also been shut down, the majority of Japan, in big ways for a while. Schools have a month off. All schools in Japan have a month off right now. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
If I'm not mistaken, they have a better hold on it than we do at this point, right?
Yeah, they reacted immediately. They got
They've
news
been
from
doing it
Wuhan
for a
and
little bit longer, so
yeah.
they have a better hold of the situation than we do. So maybe it's containable there at this point.
It'd be nice to see a graph of two intersecting lines of timeline and containment. right? So the more ferocious we are in containment, the quicker we get to what was the other line I said?
Timeline?
Yeah, yeah, the shorter the timeline,
Yeah.
right? So the more aggressive we are, the more we keep people at home, the more we just do esports leagues, tournaments from home, online, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
The timeline just gets cut in half or something.
I don't mind the NHL canceling until like after Friday. Like if they can, because I got a game tickets for Friday. As long as they cancel it Saturday, I'm good. I just want to make sure
Sure. Yeah. So we talked about this last week with E3 being canceled, but like, there's not. We talked about there's not. I don't feel like there's much of a chance that we're gonna see E3. We'll see E3 again, but it will be very, very different. Because like we.
I mean, this year or next year?
Next year.
Oh yeah.
We talked about how a lot of places are going to do digital stuff, and that's already happened. Like Microsoft, Phil Spencer was like, "We're going to do an Xbox digital event." Nintendo said that they're going to do a digital event.
Nintendo did one a few years ago, didn't it? Or they just
Nintendo mostly does digital. They haven't been at
it?
E3, the Treehouse, and then their directs.
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft said they're exploring options for digital experiences, which means they may show up with whatever Microsoft's doing.
I think it'd be neat if they found a way for you to like log into the event through your Xbox or whatever.
Yeah.
Or even if it's through Twitch or Mixer. And like, I don't know about interacting. That's hundreds of thousands of people to interact with. But if you got something out of it for like participating, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the sad news that Kotaku shared yesterday. Or this, I guess it was this morning. Schreier shared that Warner Brothers had plans to talk a Batman game, their Lord of the Rings projects, and then they had Rocksteady on the docket. So we were going to find out what Rocksteady was making, but
well, I mean, we still are.
We still will, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
like
that's
what's sort of kept me a little more optimistic. I'm trying to move my camera closer because I'm kind of like in the next area code. I think for us, the experience is going to be the same. Right?
Yeah, I think largely for people who watch it at home, it's not going
to. Yeah, like how's it going to change for us? Oh, because we don't see people in the seats or something. So
to
if
be
they
completely
do it
honest,
right,
a lot of crowd reactions are my least favorite parts. Like, hey, shut up! I couldn't hear what they were saying. Stop screaming.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for fucking Keanu, man.
Right, of course. But so I think if they do it right and they don't just stream trailers for a week straight, they actually like plan some sort of, which they will. It'll feel pretty similar to us. You know, like we don't go on the show floor. We don't even know what the show floor looks like. Most of you guys haven't even seen what the show floor looks like unless you go look for E3 show floor photos. So like fast. Most of us are just watching the press events and then we go on with our lives. So
right. So yeah, E3's been canned. We will see what happens on the digital front as it.
The show floor's been. You know what? Let's change the zeitgeist. The show floor has been canceled.
Which I mean,
E3 can still happen.
Yeah, for us, E3 is still going to happen.
Right.
For us, technically, you know, like so.
Right.
How big is it? It's probably
so
better
than
an
Expo, I guess.
Yeah,
it's E2.
That's funny. Yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna suck, obviously, for people who are going, but for someone like me and you guys who we just watch the stuff, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
less impact.
There was somebody, I think somebody at IGN, Totillo or something like that, was talking about how one of the biggest things that no one's thinking about, or people haven't thought about much about E3 being canceled, is there's a lot of indie studios who are going to lose out on the opportunity for that one pitch that gets them funded. And
I think it was Rami Ismail was talking about that.
Yeah, they're going to miss out on that one pitch that gets them funded and that one conversation that gets them a little bit more lifeline and that fan feedback and shit.
It's not Ubisoft we should feel sad about. It's somebody showing up with their mixtape, basically. You know?
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Right. Absolutely. That's a lot. That's a lot of that's South by Southwest with the music, film, interactive, and whatever the comfort tech. You know, like that. They're gonna miss out on that too.
That's been me and Caleb at Comic-Con for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
We're showing up with whatever we have, and then
trying to rub as many shoulders as possible, and that's not
rub whatever we have to rub to.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not. Brian's face. Keeping it in game. Oh, I guess we don't have to talk about NBA. We already did that. Cool beans. So the rest of the news is all games.
What if they called it Eevee? That'd be kind of neat. EEVE, call it EVE. It'd be Electronic Entertainment Virtual Expo. I'm gonna brand that tomorrow. I'm gonna buy that.com. That's pretty good. Pretty good.
It is. It's not bad. It's not
Side
bad.
note. Side note. There's a world of people who buy .coms who have like ideas and just buy .com
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like sit on them and then sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made a little bit of money because me and my homie Trackstar, which is the Run the Jewels DJ, we wanted to start a record label one day, so we bought the .com, forgot about it, and then years later someone contacted us asking how much.
So what'd you make?
I think we made like I don't know, like we sold it for like $500.
Ah,
Like
okay.
250
My grandparents sold Plank Road or Refiner's Fire to a company for like $5,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
5 or 7 grand, and I was like, damn. And I know that like the brothers, the McElroys, they come up with dumb shit and then buy the, and I'm positive Justin makes like $2,000 to $5,000 a year off of the numerous fucking, yeah. That would be it. It's like trading stocks, right? Just buying a
Yo,
bunch of
that could
shit.
actually work too for like someone's like becoming popular or something. Like they have like a social media handle. If you grab it first, they may have to come.
Yeah.
Right.
To you.
And somebody on Xbox was named Ninja,
Oh yeah.
and they got paid a fuck ton of money for that name.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Easily.
Someone comes to you, you've
You
got
don't
the
think
name.
you don't think he hung on to that gamer tag since the first Xbox?
I mean, it depends. Maybe.
He's a successful, I don't call him an entrepreneur, but he might have had that foresight back then.
Maybe.
You know,
Maybe.
I don't know how old he is, if he's even old enough to have a credit card back then. But
No, he's definitely not that old.
right.
It's 20
So-
years ago. He was probably, at most, Ninja was 13. Someone do the research. How old's Ninja?
I don't know.
Ryan's
I gotta mention this before we move on. That Utah Jazz logo is awful.
Well,
He's 28
logo-
years old.
28.
Fun
Sorry, go ahead.
story about the Utah Jazz. The
Yeah.
reason like there is no jazz in Utah. You guys know that, right? There's zero jazz in Utah. The colors are purple, yellow, and green, which is New Orleans Mardi Gras colors.
Right.
It used to be the New Orleans Jazz.
That makes sense.
They moved to Utah. They didn't change the name. So
What would
Utah-
what would you rename yourself in Utah?
The Utah Crackers.
the Utah, I don't know,
The Utah Saltines.
Hey man, we've got like
Utah Mormons.
we've got banana slugs and dirt bags in college sports. So
Utah Sister Wives.
It looks like it just says as. It looks like AZZ. That is not a
Utah
thing.
as
They actually recently changed the logo and colors to a mountain, but the name is still the Utah Jazz, which they didn't
Interesting.
change.
It's a mountain of as.
oh man, because we can't let it fucking rest. We got more GameStop news. Fucking.
That's great news.
This is
interesting.
This is very interesting. So Reggie Fils-Aimé, the former president of Nintendo America, my body is ready. That's where we get that. That's where we get that quote from. Has joined the board of directors at GameStop,
Yeah.
which is fucking bananas to me.
It really is.
They said that he's there to like overhaul the company in a large way. I've also heard this. Like, not only is he joining to help overhaul with a bunch of other people, like the Dan Mateo, who was the CEO, is leaving. A couple other people are leaving. These people are coming in and planning to overhaul it. They're also taking over Game Informer. And Ben, you're gonna like this. They're folding Game Informer into Today at GameStop, the videos that play, and having them take that over, meaning they're gonna have like shows and actual.
What did I
people-
fucking
I
say
know, but I always thought
2 weeks
that
ago?
I always thought that them adding a new team to do that would be fucking bananas. They wouldn't pay for that. But taking a team that exists and going, hey, here's a platform to do live content. It's
Daily, it sounds like.
Yeah.
It says today. Oh my god. See,
You know what I found interesting about this whole story
I
was
should be a lot more wealthy.
he makes sense, right? Because he's from Nintendo.
Yeah.
But the other people they hired to come into GameStop, I thought it was interesting because like they're like CEOs from other successful corporations that are going to go and try to help run this and fix this sinking ship, which I felt to me was interesting just in general. Like if you're the successful CEO of one company, you can go to any company in any field and do CEO shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
doing the bar rescue shit, but for
Company
companies.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought it was very interesting. Some of the other
Hopefully, they
players,
don't shut it down.
when the story dropped, I read the names and the companies they came from, and I can't find it really quickly on this one, but they're like companies we all know that they hired into GameStop, which is super interesting to me.
Yeah, yeah. GameStop is maybe one of the highest profile bar rescues
Yeah.
we've ever seen.
That'd be a funny show. I don't know if you could do it in 48 hours, but
Taffer John
franchise
Taffer,
rescue or
Yeah.
something.
John Taffer could shut it down.
Yeah.
This is a little fun fact I'll end this little news thing with. At the high of at the start of this current game console generation, what do you think GameStop's shares traded at?
50 cents.
No, at the start of the console generation,
Oh.
not now.
Oh. Started which console generation?
This most recent one.
I don't know. I don't know anything about the stock market. $100?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I wouldn't even know.
$8 a share.
So it started at $56 a share.
Okay.
Well, shit, dude. I just looked at what it is now.
It closed at $3.70 on the New York Stock Exchange today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Investors are like, do something now, or we're shutting it down.
For what it's worth, people,
Please.
you could probably spend $100 in GameStop stock and not really worry about it. And if they end up coming back and their stock goes back to 50,
Damn.
You're doing great.
Good idea. We should invest if I only had like $15 in my bank account.
sure.
Thanks.
Just have a jackpot pool, like a lottery pool, but we just go invest in GameStop stock.
Yo,
that's
Nerdy
our
Bits
lottery.
could be made on GameStop. We could all donate $100, get $400 of shares, and then if those shares even come close to coming back to $50,
Yeah. Right?
that's a lot of money.
It's a lot. One of those things is not a lot of money. And best case scenario is a lot of money.
Zing says
Zing
higher
says-
chance of winning betting on GameStop than the lottery. That's
true.
so funny.
It's true.
Absolutely
It's
true.
very true.
They've had major dips. I'm looking at their stock over their lifetime. They've had major dips before and major rises. So they could totally. They've dipped lower than, like, right now they're at $4.14. They've dipped around this low in the beginning stages and almost kind of in the middle of their lifetime. So it's possible they can actually rebound and you can make a pretty penny off of the stock. As long as we
This
get
will
in-
be cut out for the podcast.
Very interesting.
possible.
Very.
That's possible to make some money off.
Yeah.
Might be making a-
Rebound.
might be getting a big check tomorrow. I might have to
Yo, it's at
make my first lifetime investment
It's
into
at
something.
$4. Like, you could,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
just shoveling a little bit of, like, anywhere up is
Anything.
good. And,
Right.
yeah. All right. Let's not think about that.
Buy low, sell high. That's
Yeah.
all I know about
Yeah, no,
stocks.
that's literally the truth of it, right?
Yeah.
I understand.
We had a conversation in our Google chat this week that this suddenly feels more relevant about. All right, so moving on from GameStop. Sorry, we will stop talking about them eventually. They just have to stop making the headlines. Call of Duty Warzone came out yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah, yesterday.
Started yesterday. What's up, fat jolly guy hanging out
Yeah,
in the
welcome.
stream? How's it going, bud? Call of Duty Warzone dropped yesterday. It is 100% free, so you can download Warzone alone, which is a super fucking smart move, and like makes me realize how
move.
stupid Blackout was. Like
Yeah.
Blackout was a
Blackout was
$60 game, and it was only multiplayer and battle royale. Like, what the fuck? What a mess. Or sorry, Black Ops 4, which included Blackout. So yeah, this is 100% free. If you download the free version, you only get, battle royale and plunder, which are the two big modes that came with it. Plunder is a bunch of us in this group played Battlefield Hardline, right?
Yeah, I did.
You remember playing? I think the
you
beta.
did.
Yeah,
The
you
beta.
did for a while.
Me and you played a little bit.
We played for a little bit. So okay, so there was a game mode in Battlefield Hardline where there's a giant cache of money in the middle of the map, and both teams were trying to take as much as possible and then take it back to their bases, and you could like steal from each other's bases as well. This feels like an evolution of that. So Plunder, I don't remember how many people are in it, but you drop in with teams,
Really?
and your job is to collect as much money and then exfil that money. So you can call in choppers at specific spots and then defend the zone like a dark zone and Division until the chopper drops a cable down. Then you attach the money to it.
That sounds
Or
awesome.
you can find personal, like, high altitude retrieval balloons and attach your money to it, and then they zip up in the air. But yeah, it's like a race to the finish line in terms of who gets the most money.
I'm gonna do that to myself right now. Attach myself to a high altitude balloon and just
Zip.
say goodbye.
Man. Yeah, you'd be the recurrence or the return of the weather balloon kid.
Yeah.
God, I remember when
That sounds cool. I'd like to try that.
Yeah, I kind of want to give it a shot.
What are you guys doing around 12 o'clock?
Aggressively cleaning. I'm down. I'm down to give it a shot. I also we played the Battle Royale last night, the three of us.
We did.
Ryan, did you get a chance to play it?
No, not yet.
Okay. I like it.
You know what? I thought about it overnight because I'm a Battle Royale like junkie. Like I love Battle Royale since the moment it dropped.
Mhm.
I have 700 hours in the PUBG and almost 1,000 at Apex. I liked it, but I only liked it because I was playing with friends. I would not play that game without friends. Period.
I don't play most games without friends, though.
Nah, I can play Apex without friends. Like I can go solo and hop in with randoms. I would not want to in that game.
Interesting. Why? Why do you
It
say
seems
that?
too overwhelming, right?
It's not. It's big. It's overwhelming. You need communication. You need communication for sure.
Yeah.
I think the experience that you'd get from it wouldn't be as good as if you're just quiet by yourself, playing with
Interesting.
two people who are quiet by themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Really boring.
I don't really have much in the way of motivation to play Battle Royale solo anymore.
No.
I played PUBG solo a few times and I won once, and I was like, "Cool, I'm done. This is it." It's like when I got a B+ in calculus in college. Fuck you, math. I'm done with you.
I beat you.
Yeah, I win. I'm
Done.
coming out on top. This is how I win. For those of you who've watched Uncut Gems, there was a couple of events in Apex that was solo, and I remember doing that once or twice, and the return feeling of the stress I had playing PUBG came back like a fucking wave, and I was like, no.
Certainly did. It certainly did.
Yeah.
It felt like PUBG. My heart rate was spiking.
Oh, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Text just
But, like-
desensitized, that's all.
No,
Yeah,
but like,
maybe.
I played a little bit more Apex lately with you guys. That felt nothing like PUBG.
No, dude. PUBG is stressful. Because I've gone back recently and played PUBG. It's the same stress. It's the same level of stress because it's a different type of game, which is,
Yep.
I think it reminds me of Warzone. Like Warzone reminds me of PUBG.
Yeah,
Because
of course.
Same level of stress and campy and
Because I died to somebody hiding under a tree last night. That's PUBG.
that's PUBG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
can't-
then we died in the airfield once too, and that airfield is absolutely modeled off of PUBG.
It looked like they used the same model.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
military base.
That's military base. It's just straight up military base.
Minus the antennas, it's military base.
I wonder if anybody that makes video games has seen a military base lately. They all look like old bombed. So, well, I guess that was the theme of this one too. Is Soviet? Like this
Yeah.
looks like a Soviet
It's-
island, and
it's,
so is
uh,
PUBG.
It's Verdansk. It's Verdansk. So
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, it's definitely in the.
Why do they keep doing Russian
area.
islands and they don't do like St. Louis? Like we have a military air base. Like why don't they just do the middle of the country? Why don't they do like San Diego or something? Why do they? I don't know.
Would
It's
you
weird.
are Red Dawn the video game? Like what do you-
Yes, that'd be amazing.
That game existed. That game existed and it was dope. If you ever played Homefront, don't play Revolution. It sucks. Yeah. PUBG did that one
Yeah, then they-
smaller jungle map, and it was
They moved
fucking
on.
awesome.
And then they had the mountain map.
My Sanhok.
But- Yeah,
What's it called?
Sanhok.
Sanhok. Yeah, I like Sanhok a lot. Valparaiso can eat a bag of shit.
Is that the new one? Because I haven't
Not
played.
Valparaiso. What's the desert one?
Oh, Miramar.
Miramar.
Yeah.
Miramar can eat a bag
no,
of shit.
thank you.
Yeah, I hated that one.
Miramar's dope. Like I don't know, I enjoyed it. It's good sniping.
Yeah, sure, because there's no vegetation, no foliage.
Vegetation.
So you need greenery in your battle royale, you weirdo.
Did you say I need tree-ery?
Greenery.
Greenery, tree-ery, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Treery?
I need tree-ery.
Now the map in Call of Duty is very dense, very lush, lots of details, Every building is fully navigable. All the doors open. All the windows open.
Sound is
Nice.
an issue, dude. Sound is an issue, dude.
Sound is a little weird. Sound is a little
I thought I
weird.
was I thought I was bugging, but one of the big streamers, I forgot his name. He said the same thing. If
Okay.
you thought footsteps were bad in Apex, or no, if you thought footsteps were bad in PUBG or something, it's really bad in Warzone. It is. There's a whole team. We played last night, one of our first games, and I think we got number 2 in that game.
We did.
We were looting an airplane, like abandoned airplane, hit little hangar, and the whole team, 5 feet
Just
away,
fucking snuck
On
up
top
on
of
us.
us.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and that shouldn't happen. That's ridiculous.
yeah. And then the team that ended up
Hey, they're
beating us was on the
too
roof.
quiet or too loud?
We didn't hear them at all. We didn't hear them at all.
No steps.
We
when I
chased
knew
another
they were
team. Oh, go ahead. Go
there,
ahead.
I knew they were there when Ben went down.
Yep. It was just sort of like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, I'm down. I couldn't even get a shot out. I had no warning.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not like,
Is
it was
that-
not like
is
hey guys, shush. There's none of that, you know.
What's up,
Yeah.
Ryan?
Is that better than hearing somebody 3 houses over?
Can
Yes.
Can we split the difference, please?
Yeah, well, yeah, but of the
I get that, but like
yeah,
with
but
already
of the two
coming out-
evils, not being able to hear is the lesser of them, sure. But that also, like, not being able to hear, it gives you the way to avoid it's the same.
Oh, Ryan,
If you can hear from a distance, you stay further away from people. If you can't hear anything, you make sure you stay further away from people. And so it doesn't encourage people to get in close fights. It encourages them to stay stationary and just wait.
No camera.
And if you could if you could hear better, then you'd probably be a little more mobile. Ben saw a team, shot at them, and we crossed the street immediately to go find them. Didn't hear where they went, and then walked around the corner and didn't hear any of them. And I ran like upstairs in this double-decker shipping container office, and then there was no one there. And I jumped downstairs, and we all died instantly. Because they'd somehow gotten inside without making any noise and then just sat there.
And that's the one thing that I'll give credit to Apex for. And I think a lot of people, they don't really understand how beautiful Apex is until you play something else. I've seen a couple of streamers say that about Apex. Like I can hear your footsteps, right? I can hear the change in your foot textures, right, from grass to wood to steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't get that in Warzone. You don't get those nuances. And maybe it's because they're being too ambitious with 160 people.
I don't know if you'll remember this but Apex's sound was shit in the beginning too.
Oh, I mean, it absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we're on day 2. So
That's true.
Well, Call of Duty has also been out, and they've had the ability to change the sound in the multiplayer games to where that same sound should be in Warzone.
It's not like an independent studio. Like this is a big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you also have to know that, like, implementing the sound that you have on a small scale might change when you dump it into a match with 150 people. And maybe there was just something that didn't render correctly, you know? Like, when you have that big a thing in the games, the server is actively rendering 150 people's sound at the same time instead of 12, maybe it attached sound values to a different marker than it should have. Who knows? I'm sure they'll fix it. If not, it's not a big enough beef to keep you from playing it.
well, I don't know if you can't use audio positioning to better your game, that might keep me from playing it. I mean, that's such an integral part of every survival shooter.
It's literally why we all have headsets on our. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
we spent money. Like, we didn't buy the $20 headsets. Like, we spent money on our headsets because
Yeah.
it became that important of a factor in video gaming.
It was PUBG that made me get a headset. I did not want to play PUBG on a soundbar.
Me too, dude.
Right.
I never considered buying a headset until PUBG.
Damn.
I was rocking the Xbox joints. Like,
I haven't
We were
played.
we were serious about PUBG.
I haven't played my Xbox without a headset since the year I bought it.
Yeah, I had a really nice sound system, and for a while that's what I used.
See, but I also bought my Xbox when I was in college, so having the
Right.
ability to hear my game without disturbing my roommates was a big deal.
So I just linked you guys a video, and I'll link it in the Nerdy Bits as well. This is there's a football game, European football game. I think hold on, let me relink that. That looked bad. There we go. Of them leaving the back room, whatever,
locker
they're
room?
entering the field, and all the fans have their hands out, and it looks like there's an owner or something, and it's got it in quotes because it's reading his lips. It says, "Put your hands away, you fucking idiots."
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's genius. Did you know soccer's not American? The term?
Oh, I think I remember hearing
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, it's based on people used to play football with football associations, and if you were an association, the abbreviation was SOC, so you were an associationer, and they truncated it to soccer, SOC-er. Yeah, so
That's cool.
yeah, football and soccer are both European. We don't have a name for it.
Perfect.
It's kicky ball. Last thing about Call of Duty, and we'll move into our topic. They hit 6 million players in the first 24 hours. If you'll remember, Apex hit 10 million in their first 24 hours. So, not bad, but not as
and what's funny is people knew this was coming. Nobody knew Apex was coming. They dropped it and still did better than Call of Duty.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely, dude.
That's insane.
Well, the element of surprise probably had something to do with that.
I think Call of Duty has the budget. I think they're buying streamers, and like they're gonna push it to where streamers are all of a sudden gonna play it, obviously because they're getting paid to. So like I think a lot of people are gonna play Call of Duty.
Yeah,
moving
sure.
forward.
Sure.
Yeah.
There are
Call of
people
Duty
saying,
is
there are
one-
people saying it's going to compete with
Sodium
Fortnite already,
mixer.
and I'm like, what?
I'll take some money.
Yeah, there you go.
I think Call of Duty has as much of a following as it has a stigma. I think some people are just like, Call of Duty, I don't play that just because it's called Call of Duty, whatever. So,
Sure. Yeah. Well, for a long time, that stigma had a valid landing place because Call of Duty felt like a recycled bag of trash for 6 years. I guess a bag of recycling, whatever. Okay, done with news. Moving on to our topic. I said this last week as we were wrapping up. We had some fan requests for topics after we put out a call, and one of them was walking through best strategies for playing some games. So, we're going to talk about our best strategies, I guess, when playing PvP first-person shooters. PvP shooters, not just first-person. I guess you could say Gears too, but I don't have any strategy I can give to Gears. That game fucks me every time I try and play it. But yeah, I don't know. Like this is so it's a little different than what we've done, but I'm like kind of excited about it. I'm kind of excited about it.
Tell us why.
How
Tell us-
excited?
So excited. Tell us why. I mean,
Why does this excite you?
because there's a lot of people that I do play games with that I have noticed get really upset or feel really bad when they don't do well, and I want to like Tech is
Anyone in this room?
Tech is an egregious offender of the type of person that will make you feel bad for not doing well.
I mean, RT is to shoot, so
Exactly. RT is to shoot, and that's how you win. I don't know. I think it's cool to be able to be, four of us that play these games a lot, to be able to kind of, we all have fun playing them, give our advice on how and what we do differently.
How to have fun or how to get better?
play
Huh?
more.
How to have fun or how to get better?
Well, I
little
mean,
bit
I
of both.
don't think that those things are mutually exclusive of each other. If you get better, you will have more fun. But you don't have to get better to have more fun. You can also change your mindset, which is another thing.
What I realized last night, I was playing with these guys, and I was getting too angry at their lack of smart plays. Is because I was in the wrong mindset to be playing that game right now. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like when you get frustrated, when you get mad, it's not you're bringing something else into it that you shouldn't. Because at the end of the day, it's just a video game.
Yeah, sure.
Simple as that. Like
Sure.
it's just a video game. It does not need to take all of your energy like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, this could very easily blend into the topic of like whether or not rage quitting is childish.
Yeah.
It's that same mindset going into it with like, it's a game. I'm doing this for fun. If it's not fun, just being like, all right, I'm all right. I either need to play something else or I need to just chill and just do something else.
Yeah. Do you get that mad at Uno? You get that mad at?
Yeah, can you imagine if you were well, Monopoly's a different
people
thing.
absolutely do get that mad at two games in specific, and you know what I'm going to say before I say it?
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Spades. No, you might not
Risk.
say spades.
Oh,
Risk will make you flip a table.
Yep.
I've never played Risk.
It's called Risk Your Friendship. So
I almost fought my wife.
Yeah, dude. Yo, Mario Party's up there too.
We made a pact, okay? We were playing against two computers, and she said, we're not going to attack each other. And then she blindsided my ass. I was pissed. We made a pact.
you know
That's
how do you know How do you know your partner until you've played Risk with them?
Yep.
Risk it all, right? Yeah, I've played.
Can that be a board game? Can we develop this internally?
Yeah, we should. We
Risk
should.
it all.
I don't risk it all. The game.
We really should.
Yeah.
So it's like the game of life, but you're constantly bombarded with.
Yeah, you
things
draw
that,
you draw risk it all cards, and they're cards that you can leave everything for.
and you win the game by risking it all and benefiting and doing better. Right?
Yeah, and you that's how you make progress. Every risk you take that works, but you can also take risks that don't work. We have to cut this from the podcast too. Fuck. I also have had serious friendship challenging moments while playing games like Mario Party.
And
Because
Rocket League.
because someone who fuck off, Brian. That's completely different. No, because we play Rocket or we play Mario Party, and you're collecting stars while you play all those games, and then like a buddy that you've been teaming up on with another person. The person on your team does something and steals all your stars, and you go to last, and you're like, you fucking asshole. I'm gonna poison your food tomorrow. Like, there's always games that exist that risk friendships, so the part of this will be keeping that from happening, sure. In Rocket League, just fucking chill. In first-person shooters. So, I guess the first and most relevant thing to talk about is Call of Duty, right? Tech, have you played Call of Duty outside of the Battle Royale?
Yeah, I did.
You played
You
the
did.
first day with us, and then like a few other times after, but not too much.
Yeah,
from
not
what I
your
remember.
cuppa. Is that what it was?
I mean, Call of Duty's never been my cup of tea for a
Sure.
long time. Um, I enjoyed it. It was cool, but it still feels to me like running around getting shot in the back.
Sure.
That's
Sure.
kind of like what it's always felt like to me. And I prefer like Battlefield. Like it's kind of like directional. If I'm
Yeah.
gonna do all out war, directional war. Not just
Yeah.
I'm just running into a building and someone's hiding behind the door and shooting me, or I'm running through a cave and there's two people positioning on. Like to me that's not fun.
Sure.
So I played it a little bit. I had fun, had success. The first game I played, I think I got like 25 kills with you guys, like or 20 kills the first time I played it. But it just didn't do it for me.
All right.
Like
Yeah.
not enough for me to go back over and over. It just felt like the same Call of Duty, which
Tech's like, I'm too good for this.
I'm
Sorry.
not saying I'm too good for it, but it feels like it does feel like
Mouth.
there's skill involved. It feels like when you play a game like that where it's campy and it's like you're just running around and you're responding and running around and responding, and it just seems like there's no skill in that.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's actually an interesting way to like talk about a specific strategy, because a lot of I've got a buddy that we play with, Moist Hammer. A lot of the time when like we struggle.
That's a great name, by the way.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. A lot of the time when we struggle, we both realize we start doing the
Still
same.
here.
Is he still in here? Dope. A lot of the things that we realize when we struggle is that like we start getting pissed and going like, "Oh, I'm gonna go back and get that guy."
Yeah,
and that's
strategy
a
falls apart.
very, very bad strategy in Call of Duty, because that guy knows that and is expecting you to come back that way. In most cases, sometimes you can get right back at a guy and it feels good. Most of the time, you go after somebody and
Yeah,
you're
they
so
stay still, and you're like, really, dumbass? You just
Yeah.
gonna stay there?
yeah.
Really noob.
Yeah.
Damn
Yeah.
noob.
Other times, or most of the time, you're so laser focused on getting this fucko that you don't pay attention to what's going on around you and sprint to your death like 10 times in a row. And then the match is no fun, and you're dejected and you don't want to play anymore. So one of my like number one strategies for people that are new to Call of Duty is just fucking slow down.
Yeah.
Just slow down.
Yeah.
And I think not playing core is better for that. If you play
Yeah.
hardcore, because you can die so quickly, just staying straight up, like, all right, slow down, crouch more, walk slowly, check your corners. Like, gameplay goes so much more. I stopped playing hardcore like day 2. Or stopped playing core like day 2, and I have not gone back.
Yeah.
I was reading on Twitter. They were talking about Warzone, and somebody commented, "I had a lot more fun when I took it like Rainbow Six." Someone's like, "What do you mean?" Well, in Rainbow Six, you take corners. You learn. You walk in a room. You don't just run through a building. So
Yeah.
you like for Warzone, you have to change the way you play, which is going to be a slower and a smarter pace. And you're going to look into the windows. You're going to look at, like same thing with PUBG. You do the same thing with PUBG. You look in windows before you approach the building. You scope it out, and so you just got to kind of adapt what game you're playing.
Yeah, for sure.
To the style of the game, and that
For
game
sure.
is a definitely creeper game.
Yeah, for sure. And I've almost exclusively, much to the chagrin of Ryan, played Domination on hardcore. Like, it's the only game mode I like consistently enjoy. A lot of the like arm charge based game modes, I hate dying and having to sit and wait for the rest of the match to end. Especially in a game where I'd have an option to do something else, right? Like Rainbow Six, I get it. That's Rainbow Six. But Domination's Control, and playing Control on that game and running around and checking stuff off is dope.
The bad thing on those game modes like Domination is if you don't have a full team,
communicating, sure,
you're probably going to be set up for failure because you're going to get those Randys that are like, yeah, I'm playing Domination, but I'm just going to kill people, and I'm not going to defend the points. So, like, because we get out of games, and me and Caleb will have, like
12 or 15
we'll have, like 6 secures and, like, 7 defends or whatever a piece, and then we'll have 3 Randys at the bottom that have 0 secures, 0 defends, but then have like 12, like 30 kills or something, and we're still on top of the leaderboard above them, but we lost because these guys are just chilling, shooting people that aren't really even doing anything for us.
Yes.
That's why
that sucks when you're playing a game that's objective based.
It's like go play team deathmatch, dude. Get out of here. Just see ya. Like, go do the game that you want to do is go kill people.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's all you want to do.
Yeah.
That's why I play Search and Destroy, because if somebody joins Search and Destroy, if they kill everybody, we win. If we plant the bomb and defend the bomb, we win. So it's just like, at least the strategy is all there.
Yeah,
like, everybody's like a collective of trying to do the same thing. But there's been way too many Domination things of we're losing because nobody wants to get the center point. And then it's me and Caleb trying to push against 6 people that are defending that center point. It just, we get it, but it's just like, man, if we don't have a full squad, and then it's just over with.
So how do y'all feel about PTFO? Like, are you PTFO preachers? Are you all about playing the fucking objective?
You have to in certain games. Like if you're playing Battlefield and you're not, we're gonna lose.
I'm pretty PTFO, I think.
Until you get an airplane, then you're like, y'all can fuck off. I'm gonna do this for 30 minutes.
No, I mean sometimes, but Battlefield sessions are like an hour long, so I'll get in a plane for a little bit. But I mean, if I feel like I'm legitimately doing some good, I'll stay in it. If I'm getting kills, or if all the morons are on the bridge, and I can just keep shooting the bridge. But like, no, I've got a sense of I'm not doing enough good up here, and I'll jump out.
I mean, you guys play objective in the planes. There's been times that Caleb's like, I'm gonna do a strafe run over C, and wipes out 2 or 3 people, and then like maybe there's only 2 left, and anybody on the ground picks them up like easy. So I mean, you guys you still play the objective, and something that's not supposed to play the objective for the most part.
Sure.
I mean, so
yeah.
I would even say like in Apex, like there's no objective. The objective is to win, but if you are playing Apex and you're like out of the 3 people, you're just one person who's just gonna do their own thing, you're fucking up the game.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm 100% PTFO. Like,
What'd you say, Ryan?
I said Tech does that.
I do not.
There's been a few times you're like, I'll be right back, and then you'll run in and die to the whole squad. It's like, damn it, Tech, we would have been there.
You know what? This is not true.
But then there are other times that you're like, I'll be right back, and then 3 names pop up on the list, and you're like, all right, guys, I'm coming back, and like a zip line comes right by my head. I was like, all right, cool, we got it. Like, I get it.
There is still a strategy with Apex in which someone goes get information, and sometimes going to get information goes wrong. But like people like Crypto and people like Bloodhound are effective legends. They go and get information.
Yeah. Don't shoot the messenger. That's all you gotta wear that on your back.
I'm not gonna be looting across the board just to loot across the board. I'm gonna go to get information to see what other teams are.
Yeah, I've caught myself.
Did you say Luda?
Luda across the board. Luda.
So Truda. All right, go ahead.
No, you're good. I find myself slipping out of playing the objective if I'm doing really well in terms of kills, and I have noticed that in some games of Domination where I'm like, all right, well, I've held this point and I've killed like 6 people. I'm just gonna stay here, and I'll end games with like no captures but like 11 defends because I keep picking people off of points they're trying to cap. And that kind of comes to my next question for you guys. What is your What is your opinion of camping? Define camping. Define camping.
Being trash at a game.
That doesn't help.
Nah.
That doesn't help. That doesn't help. Because I know
You play
people who are
Search and
trash
Destroy
that
on
don't.
Call of Duty, and that's the goal of the game for one team.
I would say right now that there's no such thing as camping an objective. Okay? That's kind of your job. That's called defending. All right, so camping...
Monitoring a target-rich environment.
Camping to me is you're so fucking scared to go out in the level and earn a kill, you're going to sit in a corner you don't think people are going to check and wait for people to run across you. That's camping.
That's trash, dude.
I've been around since before Counter-Strike was Counter-Strike. That's camping, okay? I'm as the oldest guy in the room.
Ben's like, I'm the oldest.
As the oldest guy in the room. I was there when camping was created, and that's what it means to camp, to just sit still and wait people to come across your path.
All right, I'll just say this from personal experience. If I play a game in which movement is involved, and I stop movement to gain an advantage on another player for a prolonged period of time, okay, that is not enjoyable for me. So, like, if I'm playing a game, that's not fun to wait in a room 5 minutes hoping someone walks in the room so I can get an easier kill than I would if I wasn't doing that.
So what
that's
if...
camping, and that's trash.
So
they trash.
They trash.
Literal garbage.
So what's the how does the opinion change if it, so like for instance, there's one place I have been known to hold for extended periods of time in a map called Shoot House in Call of Duty that's like a little office above the center where you can run back and forth and cover a couple of different directions. I will stay there for sometimes half of the match getting kills, but I'm not sitting still. I'm moving window to window and to the back door and then window to window, and I'm killing people that are trying to take point B or point C, but I am holding one place. I'm not running around.
That's different, right? Like, that's different than standing behind a door and waiting for someone to walk in.
Yeah, okay.
You know, that's different.
Yeah.
So you're holding your position. That's cool, right? Especially if you say, like you say, if you're going through from window to window. People do it all the time in PUBG. People do it all the time in Apex. You know, like, they hold positions. Like, they have players specifically for that. Caustic, Watson. Like, they're specifically for holding positions. That's fine. But if I walk into a room and you're hiding on top of a dresser, you're trash.
A dresser that you had to jump on 3 other items to actually jump on top of to get there? Yeah, you're trash.
Yeah, you're trash.
You had to jump on the nightstand onto the bed, then jump to the dresser but you had to lay down midair so you actually landed on it. You're trash.
You're literal trash, dude.
You are a garbage person.
So camping is a logical tactic, but used improperly makes you trash. Like, that's where I land on it.
Okay, I think that makes sense.
And I mean, if you're defending a point, at some point get up. Like whenever I defend a point on Search and Destroy, I check this area, and I'll stay there for like 10 or 15 seconds, see if somebody's gonna show up. Then I'll go back. Then I'll go to another spot where I know somebody can come in, and then I'll go right back to the other one. Yeah, it's like there's like I'm defending 2 areas. You can call it camping if you want. I mean, in a way it is because I'm literally watching two spots just to stay there.
Defending a spot is never camping in my book.
Yeah, defending is different. But
defending 2 different things. Literally 2 different things to me.
But if you defend a point by laying down next to it and just watching a door, and I walk up behind you and shoot you, I fucking hate you.
Yeah,
I'll look at the guy and be like, "Motherfucker, bang!" Because like that's not defending.
Yes, it is. He's doing exactly what I just did.
I mean, it is defending, but it's also camping.
Laying down in one spot and just watching one spot enough that someone can walk up behind you and execute you. Now, if you were moving point to point and someone caught you on one of those points, that's fine. But I think if I walk up and see you and startle and then you don't do anything because you're not looking at me, you're focused. Oh, fuck that. You're an asshole. Ryan's like, I'm an asshole, apparently.
I'm an asshole sometimes. Not gonna lie.
I also don't...
If you make it past my claymores or my bouncing betties, I'm an asshole.
Ooh, I think claymores are loot. I think mines that you can set down in a first-person shooter, fucking dog shit.
Nope.
Why?
Nope.
I equate them with rocket launchers because you should be moving and covering your ass, not sitting in a spot and hoping no one comes up after you. So setting traps for them.
Your fault for not seeing it, dude.
I literally run to the center of the map, throw shit out, and then run to a complete opposite section of the map
That's
to
different.
get random kills.
That's different. If you throw a
That's
claymore,
more asshole-ish than using one to defend me.
No, but if you throw a claymore out on a doorway or something, and you're not like upstairs and using that claymore as a defense because you don't want to turn your back because you're gonna fucking camp, that's dog shit. But if you
do that on Battlefield anymore, you're dog shit. Just so you know.
I would like to take this moment where we're talking about camping and discuss sniping.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's do it. What's we got?
Because Tech said something that came close, but I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying it came close. So you said if you do anything and sit in one spot to get the advantage over another player, you're camping. Now, you are exclusively a sniper in Battlefield.
Yeah, and a damn good one.
And you are a good one, and you changed the tide of
Tech.
You influence the flow of the battle as far as our team's concerned, but you are sitting in one place to get an advantage of other people, and you're not moving, and I would say borderline not playing the objective. But
no, you know, if I'm playing Battlefield, I will try my best to snipe the objective.
Right.
And
I know you do.
I am clearing a path for you.
Right.
Yeah,
with distance, with take skills. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. It could get very close to camping.
Right.
But there's no element of surprise. I'm in a field or behind a tree that anyone can come up on. Like I'm not. I don't gain an advantage by sniping. If anything, I'm alerting to one position. I get killed a lot. You get killed a lot sniping.
Yo, Tech, do you remember there was a time we were playing Battlefield 1, I think? Or 5, one of the two. Probably 1. But we were playing a Battlefield, and it was a snowy map, and we had the high ground on like a hill with several craters in it. And you were to my right sniping, and I was obviously to your left, with an LMG bipoded up, and snipers would pop up, and I'd suppress them, and then they'd pop back up, and you'd take them out. And I would move on to the next one, and then you take them out, and then I'd like spray a hillside as people ran, and you'd take a couple people out because they would all scatter. Mm-hmm. Ooh, it was so good. It was so fucking good.
Definite skill involved in sniping that makes it that I think makes it different. You actually have to be skilled to snipe, and that's the reason why in certain games I don't
Battlefield
snipers, and even in Apex, because you know, I mean, I'm gonna talk about Apex. Cause
are any of the sniper rifles in Apex hit scan?
The energy charge rifle is, and people who play it are
trash. Just
but you can't put an 8x on it.
We can put an 8x on it.
Oh yeah, you can
really?
put scopes on it.
4.8 or you know.
Oh, the sniper scope for 6.
Yeah, sniper. Wow. But it's trash. You're trash if you have it.
I hate that gun. Boom, boink! I hit you.
Yeah,
I fucking hate it.
And if not, I at least hit you with the pre-blast, and like I did some damage at least, you know.
That's what she said.
That's the old pre-blast.
So, I have this opinion of Call of Duty that if you use 50 caliber snipers or rocket launchers, you're an asshole. Well, one, sniping in Call of Duty is hit scan unless you're playing like Ground War or
maps are so short.
Well, if you're playing Ground War or the Battle Royale, they're not. But if you're playing like Shoot House and you have a fucking sniper, it's bang, dead. Cool. All right, got him.
That's trash, dude. If you play a sniper rifle in a game with shooting and it's hit scan, trash. Take it out.
What if I put a 4x scope on my deagle? It's basically a 50 cal sniper at that point on these maps.
He puts a 4x on a 50 caliber.
Because Caleb has seen the thread on the left hand side go kill boof, by me with a deagle. So I mean, that's not fair either. But
no,
you know,
but it's there, and I guess you could use it. I react violently when someone kills me with a rocket launcher.
Why though?
That needs to be its own game mode.
Because it's such dog shit.
It should.
Like one, I don't think you can fire anti-air rockets like Igla at the ground. I think they have to find a heat signature to be fired. So, like, when you have an Igla for shooting down my drone, and you go, actually, I want to shoot it at the ground over there, that shouldn't work. Two,
or a javelin.
Javelins don't work like that. Like Call of Duty,
they lock on.
Yeah, and then they shoot and go up, and then hit what they lock onto, and you have to maintain looking at it, or it won't get there.
Everything I know about life, I learned from video games.
Yes, I'm talking. We're all talking with authority on military equipment.
Right.
None of us have actually used.
Yep.
Man, sniping's interesting because there's definitely a trade-off in Battlefield where you can be a sniper and be doing a job, or you could be a sniper and be a camping asshole.
I've totally been a sniper and gotten top 5.
Yeah, you have 100%.
So
100%.
there's ways to do it, but also there's ways to be the dude who's shooting people, playing deathmatch in an objective-based match,
Yeah.
and they're being an asshole.
Yeah.
So is this a PvP episode or a FPS episode?
PvP.
Both.
PvP. Well, FPS
Okay,
is just where we
so-
started.
We've got Overwatch. We've got we could talk about Bleeding Edge
Ryan, did
since
you
that's
get into
coming out
Bleeding Edge?
soon.
Do what?
Did you
Yeah.
try Bleeding Edge?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
that's coming out soon. I think I'm excited.
March
That game is
24th.
It
great.
needs to.
March 24th.
Ah,
2 weeks.
yeah, I'm ready. I'm
Yeah,
ready. That
body
game is
is ready.
fun.
My body is ready.
Talking about playing the objective, right? That game is objective only, and if you remember, you had to be near your teammates.
And I like
Yeah.
that about it.
You had to be four
Oof,
deep.
Yeah.
I think that's what made me like the game, actually. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't play and run lone wolf. You'll get fucked up.
yeah, I like that. I like that about that game.
Yeah.
Me, Ben, and Odin were playing, and there was a Randy with us, and we were winning by like 200 points. He left, and we lost.
Yep.
We only had to get like 40 more points, and we ended up losing 240 points to these people. Just because we didn't have that fourth person. It sucked.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing we could do. Team fights were done.
Damn.
Couldn't bring it back.
Healers are also wildly important in that game.
Yep.
Like there's healers in Overwatch, and Ryan, I don't know if you've ever dabbled in Overwatch, but Tech, I think you have, yeah.
Yeah, I got a lot
A
of
little
that.
bit. Yeah.
So
I
like,
play League of Legends. It's the same thing.
isn't League of Legends a Dota or a
Some
MOBA?
similarity. It's a
It's a MOBA, but Bleeding Edge is also part MOBA.
No, Overwatch. Overwatch.
The Overwatch is
Oh, yeah.
like Dota, but with a single lane.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
3.
Yeah. But the healers in Overwatch are important and can be very important, I'm sure. Or I'm sure, but like I know. But I've never felt the necessity to have a healer as much as I've had while playing Bleeding Edge. Like Overwatch, you can play as a healer and do some dope
my
shit.
God. Guys, they announced the new character. Remember there was one extra character
Yeah,
coming
Meko.
to Bleeding Edge? It's a dolphin in a bubble.
It's a dolphin in a tank wearing a mech suit. It's called Meko, named after Echo the dolphin.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's a fishbowl with a dolphin in it wearing a mech suit that runs around.
What the fuck? Dude?
Yeah,
What
dude.
the fuck?
It's so dope. Look up Meko, Mekko.
I'm looking at it now. It's dope.
It's so dope, dude. The character design of that game is molto bello.
That
Nope.
game is fun, but I would literally only play it unless you guys were online.
Yeah, for sure. Playing that game solo would be a bitch.
Mhm.
Although I would
Buttercup is the shit. By the way, I was like, I'm never playing a tank in one of these games, and I played as Buttercup. I was like, oh my god, this
she's
shit is so freaking amazing.
You know what? I just think I love the character design. I love
Oh, yeah.
So good.
even the font packages they use for each character on the
Yeah.
site I'm looking at. It's
Yeah.
fucking every font so far has been gorgeous.
Yo, the fucking voodoo guy. Ben and I had
Odin was murdering everybody
Yeah.
with that guy.
Ben and I had the same reaction. We were like, "Oh, that's stupid," and then we realized the character that's talking is the snake,
Yeah.
and he's piloting a corpse. It's so good.
Yep.
It's so good.
The first time you guys got walked off the map, and you guys were so pissed because
Yeah,
the
'cause
voodoo guy
the
took you
voodoo guy
over and
can-
just made you jump off. It's like,
I
oh,
was like,
no.
"What's happening? No, I don't want to do this." That's it.
You saved me one time.
Yeah, you were getting walked, and I knocked him off of you. Yeah, that was great.
Yep.
Tech,
Oh, that was
I
incredible.
wonder if the like heavy team reliance that's built into that game makes playing solo better, because we've already established playing as a lone wolf will not work. So I wonder because of the game's heavy reliance on teamwork, if not communication, teamwork, it may make playing solo a little bit better, because to win you just have to play as a team.
Yeah.
I imagine in the first weeks, probably not. In the first weeks, playing solo is going to suck because no one's going to get it. But when that game's
Yeah.
out 3 months or 4 months, and people understand the loop and how to win, I bet playing solo will be okay. I'm with you though. I would far prefer to play that game with people.
Yeah, it just seemed like a game that I definitely want to play with my friends.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Man, so what other first-person shooters have we played? Ben, you listed a few. Overwatch,
Just Overwatch and Bleeding Edge, but
Battlefield's a wholly different game than Call of Duty. Like,
yeah, Battlefield is definitely its own beast.
yo, we're probably getting an announcement of a new Battlefield this summer.
What's it gonna be?
I don't want to go back in time anymore.
Bad Company 3.
No, it needs to be modern again.
It's got to be Bad Company 3. It's got to be modern.
Or Future.
I think people are tired of Future because Call of Duty did it to fucking death.
Yeah.
Black Ops 2, 3, 4, Advanced Warfare, and Infinite Warfare were all Future. And if Infinite Warfare's YouTube thumb ups and thumb downs, likes and dislikes is any indication, as it's like one of the most disliked videos on YouTube,
Yeah.
people were tired of that shit.
Good thing that's not indicative of the actual product, because that game is fucking great.
Infinite Warfare was dope. Multiplayer was...
I don't care. But I'm ready for... Was it Battlefield 2142? Was great. I'd love to see that come back.
Well, I mean, they've made the Battlefront game, so it makes sense for them to do future shit. They've already figured out how to make lasers in their guns.
Right. It can't all be hit scan, though, but still.
Well, they're
I
not.
think it'd be cool.
They travel in that game.
Mm-hmm.
They travel.
Anyway, yeah, another... Well...
Battlefield's good. I think they're actually really going to have to compete this time because I think Call of Duty has a really good game.
Call of Duty's... Modern Warfare built a modern shooter in a void. And basically set the bar. And like
that's
the amount of
not
customization that you can do to guns in that game is... It passes Battlefield 4, and that game was... Battlefield 4 was the one that I went to for weapon customization. Because I can change barrel length and stocks and...
Yeah, another modern Battlefield's gonna just look like another one of the rest right now. It's what we want. We want Black Hawks and fighter jets and aircraft carriers and stuff. Like, it's what we want. So, but that's what we have with everything else at the moment.
Well,
so
everything else is just Modern Warfare. So,
yes, Division, but
we're gonna have to get bigger battles.
Yeah, if
shit,
Call of Duty's doing
150.
No, can you imagine 150 in like a domination?
200.
Can you imagine 150 in domination and
controlling warships?
200. No, okay. Now I thought they would have
stuff
done
like
this.
that.
They did a teaser trailer for something in Battlefield 1 where they mentioned submarines or ships or something. Actually, you could control the ships in Battlefield 1.
Mm-hmm, you could.
But I remember once upon a time I felt like they were going to go naval in Battlefield, and they just kind of did, but not so much.
Yo, that would super suck. I do not want naval. Those fights are so long range that if you don't get one of the guns on the ship, you're useless.
Well, it wouldn't be naval exclusive, but just be part of the battlefield. You know?
Yeah, I think that like if you got dominate or control in Battlefield, but there's 150 people instead of 64.
Let's just go 200.
Well, I mean, they don't have to do a higher number than Call of Duty to be
Servers
impressive.
do be fucked up.
They do.
They don't. And 150 is their battle royale. I'm talking their game modes, their regular play game modes.
Part of me thinks 150 is too much and they're being too ambitious, but
they want to be. They said that their plans to be 200 with teams of 4 in a few months. That was what they prototyped it at.
Yeah,
I think with the ability to like call your teammates back in or fight your way out of the gulag, I think that wouldn't be so bad.
I don't know. Those load times last night were pretty horrendous.
They weren't the last 3 or 4 matches. We would load up and then get in while it was counting down. That first match we got into, we played around for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was a pain in the ass.
It feels like the pacing is a little, from an Apex player perspective, of course, it feels like a little bit too long for me.
Sure.
The pacing of it.
Sure, that's definitely a thing. I'm not used to battle royales lasting 35 minutes again. I'm used to them being 17 for a win.
Yeah, it's a long match. Plus the boot up, plus like the waiting in that lobby for the game to fill up, plus the animation of the drop. Yeah. It's a long process, and that's sort of what I've been fearing about BR for so long. Is that, oh shit, I'm dead, now I gotta wait for so long.
I think if I had to like guess one thing you hate about battle royales is the wait.
Yeah.
And the feeling of I just wasted this amount of time.
That's
Except for Apex, you can if I die and I gotta wait 15 more minutes, then I'm fine. I can wait 15 minutes, but I can't wait for a PUBG game. You know.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like, man, I might as well just back out and play solo and just die 30 times by the time you end your game.
Well, the nice thing about Call of Duty is that like you can get called back by your friends whenever if they have enough money.
Yeah, sure.
And
Well,
so
just
like
one. You get one call back.
that's it. You can only use the buy a teammate back one time.
I hope so.
Yep.
Maybe
I don't need the same
Game
team to
would
keep
never
getting
end, bro.
restocked the whole time, dude. At one point, they go back to 150 and they're like second to last circle. Like, wait, what? So many people.
Yeah, one baller on a team, dude.
the gulag is dope too.
The Gulag is fun, dude. I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Did you guys
Pretty
did you guys play it? Like,
Yeah.
did you have to
Yeah.
go in there?
Yeah. Well, every
It's
time
stressful.
you die before the second to last or third to last circle, you go there. But you only go
Oh.
once. You only go once. Not every time you die. If you die before the last 3 circles, you go there first, and you can win your way back in. And if you don't,
And
then
it's
your
one
teammates-
death, right?
Yeah, it's just gunfight, but you get 1 round.
Just once. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you win,
pistol
you can.
or shotgun.
Oh, it switched. Does it never give you anything else?
No, I didn't see anything else.
Yeah, we
I've
had
done it
pistols
2
and
times.
shotguns.
It
Yeah.
was either pistol or shotgun.
Yeah. So you can win yourself back that way, and once you do that, if you die, your teammate can buy you back. So
Which is awesome.
there's a lot of ways to redeploy. Apex lets you redeploy whenever you want. So I don't know if the argument of like you can only come back one time is because it would be a pain in the
Only
ass.
because
Is a big
only
deal.
because 150 players, dude. Like, and the game is
Sure.
so slow. Like, if in Apex, if someone has my banner and they bring me back, that can change the game. Plus, they're at a deficit the entire game, and it's fast paced. With the Warzone, it's really slow, and being able to do that over and over again, it's gonna stay at 100 for a long time.
It's also super expensive to buy teammates back. It's like $4.5 grand.
Yeah, 4,500.
And
Although we
also,
did have a game where we had 17 grand because we did like 2 missions.
Yeah.
We were stacked.
apparently you can give money too. You can transfer money.
Yeah, I had 17
So,
grand
that's cool.
once, and like if we'd needed it, I could have dropped. I bought like 2 things. I bought a teammate back and 1 thing, and I could have dropped like an additional $1,000. It's like,
Also, your Apex thing of bringing people back, you can really only bring back for as many respawns that there,
Oh, yeah.
like respawn
That's the other
beacons
thing.
that
They
there
go
are.
away.
Yeah.
The beacons go away.
Yeah,
As the game progresses,
or they're not in zone.
yeah, you get less and less respawns.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Hey, there's a bit of news we should have probably mentioned that NFL 2K is coming back.
You know, that's the interesting news to
Wait,
me
is
because
it?
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I think people aren't reading the fine print. They're coming back for non-simulation games, so it's not the same as they're coming back as NFL 2K, which is what we know
Oh,
Madden rival. So it's
okay.
gonna come back as an NFL Street or something goofy,
Okay.
Needs to.
which is fine, but it's not what I want. You know, it's not like as big as news to me as if it was okay. Madden no longer has the NFL license hold that they've had for 15 years.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
Okay. Sorry, we can go back. That was-
But you know what? A lot of people are confused about that. They're not reading. They're not reading into that fine print that they're talking. They're clearly stating.
Yeah.
They're just getting excited like, oh shit, 2K's back because 2K literally destroyed EA when it came to sports.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
And Madden EA had
In like every league.
like everything, every game. Even to this day, EA cannot make a basketball game. To this day, so
Yeah.
EA had to do some scandalous shit. Got the NFL license on lock with their because they got money. They got big money, and so now that license is up basically. But
Why
I
doesn't
still
2K just
think-
make an XFL game? There you go. NFL
Well,
yeah.
Sims again.
XFL is losing viewership every single week. So we don't know. The XFL right now has a 3-year maybe sustainability
Sure.
before it falls back down to the waistline. This is the second time they've tried the XFL. So we'll have to, this is not something that someone wants to drop 5, 20, I don't know however much money it costs to make a video game into.
Yeah, sure.
50 to 300 million.
See? Yeah, no one's gonna do that for XFL.
I mean, hold on. That's
I mean, they made PES soccer, and that doesn't do very well compared to FIFA.
It's true.
I think
So, I mean,
50. I think 50
somebody
to
could
100
take
million
that
is
chance.
AAA numbers.
Big risk though. It's a very big risk on something that's unproven, and we're only in the second month of it, so definitely unproven.
Sure.
Big budget games are 300 to 500 million. So you can make a game for 50 million or less, obviously. So yeah. Costs are, you can make a game for almost literally anything.
Also,
True.
you're going against Madden and the NFL.
Right.
Not easy sell. Not easy profits.
No. Nope. And Madden 20 had like the best numbers of a Madden ever.
Yeah.
Jack, did you play it?
Yeah, I played. I got it. I bought it.
Is it better than the rest?
It's the same as the rest.
Yeah. Yo, NBA 2K20 is on
So-
Game Pass right now. For those of you who didn't know,
I saw
I
that.
didn't know that. 2K20.
Yes. 2K20 on Game Pass.
Literally,
I might download it just to play with my brother.
the
honestly.
2K community is literally shitting on 2K this year.
Yeah, it's one of the
Like,
most
their
toxic reactions
community.
I've ever seen.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad. So, what do you guys want out of shooters going into next gen? Like, what do you?
Science fiction.
Ooh. Watch
Yeah.
this while I think
We're getting a Halo, boys. We're getting
Yep.
our Halo back. I
Yep, we're getting our Halo back.
Fucking wait until Halo comes out. Ryan's like, that ship has sailed for him.
Probably.
Man,
It depends,
Halo
man.
is the
'Cause
shit.
Halo's been the same for a long time. I want something. If it's coming back, I want something brand new. I want something mind blowing. I don't want to play the same game.
See, I thought Halo 4 and Halo 5 were wildly different.
Me too.
Halo 4 had kill streaks. And Halo 5, I guess you could say Halo 5 was kind of a move back to the same, but it was also a move forward in like a way more fast-paced and esports centered, like competitive.
I think they need to focus on gunplay, gun control, gun shooting, like the gun, feel of it. I feel like I don't get that. Even going backwards, playing, I don't get the good gun feel.
Interesting. Have you ever played Destiny?
Yes.
Did you like Destiny's gunplay?
No, I just didn't like Destiny, so I probably didn't give a
Okay.
shit about
It's
it.
super crisp.
Destiny's gunplay to me is the best thing about it. It feels so good, and that's Bungie. They made Halo 1, 2, and 3.
Right, but
Um,
going back, I don't get good gun feels from Halo 1, 2, or 3.
Interesting.
Well, no, not 1 and 2 and 3. They're old, but
Right.
4 and 5 are
But-
sharp as fuck.
Was Bungie a part of 4 and 5, or was it?
No, it's 3,
It
4,
Nine?
doesn't matter because whoever's in charge of 4 and 5 are in charge of 6. So 4 and 5 are crispy as fuck, really sharp.
I played it, man, and I don't think so.
Interesting. All right. So gunplay's a big deal for tech. Ben wants to see future.
I would keep those expectations low. They're not going to change it. It's going to feel like 5. It's just going to be open world now.
I severely doubt it's going to feel the same.
Why? It's a pedigree. It's got to stay
Because-
similar.
It's going to stay similar, but I would imagine that you can probably look forward to core changes in feel, for sure.
I think it's going to feel more precise where you need it to be. It's going to have severe auto aim like it always has, but it's going to
Halo
feel
5
like
had severely reduced auto aim. Almost none.
you ever not held the stick and had somebody run right past you and the whole screen moves because
Yeah, that's
So-
Call of Duty and Battlefield to me. Halo 5,
it is
I would
too.
shoot,
You're right.
Halo 5, I would shoot over people's shoulders because the game would be like, nope, you missed
Yeah.
it.
But I think it's going to feel like Halo. So if you didn't like Halo, you're probably not going to like this one.
I like Halo,
It's
dude.
defeatist.
I love Halo.
It's not defeatist. It's just knowing your demographic. I love Halo, so I'm going to love this. If you
Call
didn't
of
like
Duty-
the
Call of Duty
gunplay, I
wrangled
wouldn't
me back.
expect. I wouldn't expect anything that different.
Call of Duty
Why,
wrangled me
though?
back in, and I didn't like Call of Duty. This Halo's been in development for 5 years. They built their own engine for it, and they've said, and people who've seen it have said, it's a dynamic and huge. It's a big shift. It's a big change.
Oh,
It's a re-
fine.
it's
So
a
be
re-
it then. Awesome. Great.
It's
I
a
don't
rev-
care.
it's a
Right?
revival
Hey, guess
of
what?
Halo.
It's not out, so neither one of you are it. So
Facts. We go facts.
Ryan, what do you want out of a next gen
Actually,
shooter?
there's no
Dick.
facts in that statement at all. But let's just continue talking theory. I don't care if it stays the same or if it changes dramatically.
It
is
is,
it not out yet?
is
I
a
think
fact
that's a
that's not out
fact.
yet, and it's a fact that don't know the end.
Awesome. Anyway, I don't care if it changes. It's Halo, so I'll play it regardless. That's what I mean to say.
I'm buying
So-
the most expensive collector's edition of that game, and
For sure.
probably the collector's edition of the system. So
Um,
In 2020, games has changed, shooting has changed.
yeah.
You can't do the same thing that you've
Sure.
always done.
sure.
Sorry.
But
And
what
it's-
if like it felt the same, but everything else was different? What if it was just a completely different game that still felt like Halo?
Well, feeling like
So what?
Halo, I think, is different than
That's
just
literally what I'm saying. I want something different. I want something new. I want something that's comparable to what's out, like that's leading edge, like the next thing. I want good gun controls. I want good battles. I don't want small characters with the same colors running around the map. I want something more elevated.
Well, that's. I think we're gonna get that, but I'm just saying, the Halo's gonna feel like Halo the way Apex felt like Titanfall. the way the new Call of Duty feels like the old Call of Duty. Like
They still
it's
have
going to
progress.
change,
They still have to progress. They still have to finesse it.
and it will.
Yeah. That'll
It will.
definitely happen. That'll definitely happen.
Yeah.
So
And if they don't, I'm gonna slam it online.
all right, that sounds good. He'll be off the podcast by then. Tech wants. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
I almost took my mouse to the X in the top right. I almost did it.
Tech wants gunplay is important to Tech. Future is important to Ben.
Yep.
Ryan, what do you want to see out of next gen shooters?
I couldn't tell you.
He just grunted. Well, what do you like? What do you not feel like you're getting out of shooters now? Is there anything that you think's missing from Call of Duty that you wish was there? Other than vehicle. Well, you also fell off of Battlefield. You haven't played 5.
Well, I did because it went back.
Okay. So
I hate
you
the.
don't like the
I mean,
old weapons?
modern would be the only thing, but we have Modern Warfare, so I mean, it's already there.
So-
But I don't know. I would love to play. What's Call of Duty's big team battle? What's it called?
Ground War?
Ground War. I would love that if it was hardcore.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't play it because it's core and it's not fun. So that's why I'm waiting for Battlefield to roll out so that I have that. But once that happens, then I'm done. I don't need anything else. I have Modern Warfare, or I have modern fighting with vehicles to where people die in like one shot. That's all I need.
Yeah.
That's all I care about. I hate that I have to go to the 2v2 tournaments and I shoot somebody twice. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm playing core again. Never mind. Let me shoot you 7 more times for you to die. Like, I don't like it. It's over.
Yeah, sure.
Give me realistic, 100%.
It'll be interesting what you think about their Battle Royale, because their Battle Royale is not PUBG. It is Apex in terms of shooting people. You got to break shields, and then you got to put them down. It's a little bit less of a TTK, but it's still a higher TTK than core.
I just have a side note here.
What's up?
Having a radar in a shooting game is trash, and they got to get rid of that shit.
Yeah, the radar. There's a radar in the fucking Battle Royale, dude.
What?
Yeah, it's dumb.
Bad.
I didn't realize how dumb
As
it was
in when
until-
somebody shoots, it shows up?
Yes.
Yep, trash.
Furthermore, it's the core radar. So if someone shoots and they're not on your radial, they show up on your fucking compass. You see the diamond in the direction they're coming from. I don't understand that.
Is it when it's at you?
No.
Not even.
We ran up on a
Oh.
gunfight because we knew where they were. Which I guess is
I want to hear shots in the distance. That's all I want to do.
Yeah, I was about to say,
I want to be able to be like, there's a fight over there. Do we want to go or
Man,
not?
I remember,
Okay, see ya.
I remember a buddy of mine, Alex, watching me play Battlefield Bad Company 2 for the first time in college, after you and I'd spent that entire fucking summer playing it. And he thought there was a soundtrack of gun and explosion noises in the background. And I was like, hold on, and got in a Jeep and drove into the fight. And he was like, oh, fuck. All those noises are being made like now. And I was like, yes. I want, that's what I'm looking forward to, like, when Battlefield comes out, is like hearing a gunshot and being like, over there, and like, Battlefield sound design is something. But Call of Duty sound design got a fucking nod for best sound design this year, so.
Except for when I could hear footsteps in my neighbor's house.
Yeah. You can't hear your neighbors
hated
walk
that.
around?
No, I can't. I can't hear my wife walk around the next room. What do you mean?
Sure.
But is she wearing combat boots and 80 pounds of gear?
Ah.
If I was wearing combat boots and 80 pounds of gear in your neighbor's house, would you hear me? While I was walking,
All the windows were open.
If all the windows were open and the doors were open and all the windows
and
were
there was
in
no
the
house
My
there,
house was
and you
an-
guys were both outside.
If my house was an adobo hut, and my windows were wooden panels, and your floor was shitty pieces of wood placed on a dirt floor, yeah, I might be able to hear that.
With nails holding it down so it creaks every time you walk? Yeah,
Right.
get it.
Ben built a
Like-
Foley room for his house.
Think of all the levels they used. They're pretty rickety, right? You're not necessarily walking on concrete all the time, so yeah. And
So-
maybe in some situations, right, they should design it that way. So if you're on solid concrete or grass, it's harder to hear, right? But if
I mean,
like-
that's a thing.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a thing. If you're walking on wood planks, it's louder than if you're walking through a field.
right.
unless you've got a pan and then it clinks. I'm just kidding. That's not a thing, but it should be. Before we get to our bounties, to wrap up the show, we always have a fun fact. Ben, do you have us a fun fact?
If you give me a second.
All right, well, Ben, you got to get us a fun fact. We do a segment called Smurf Fact at the end of every episode. Again, sorry, Tech, you won't be able to hear this audio, but it's there. It's called our Smurf Fact because our friend Smurf made it. Smurf Facts, oh yeah. All right, it played. We're good. It played. Ben, I gave you all of 10 seconds. What is your best fun fact? And it cannot be about the coronavirus.
New fact.
After multiple people reported they had passed a kidney stone while riding Walt Disney World's Big Thunder Mountain Railroad ride, a research team from Michigan State University decided to investigate the phenomenon in 2016. They conducted tests with a model kidney and found that there was 64% kidney stone pass rate for those seated in the rear of Thunder Mountain Ride. That number was just 16% for those seated in the front. So, if you have kidney stones, sit in the back of a wooden roller coaster and you might pass it.
What?
It's cheaper than a hospital bill.
Isn't
Right.
isn't passing a kidney stone like peeing it?
I sure hope not, because that person would be screaming bloody murder.
That's the problem with passing a kidney stone.
Right.
Naturally, like.
Yeah, that is it, Ben. Your kidney's attached to your fucking bladder.
Right.
So these people were so excited by Thunder Mountain, they pissed rocks.
You ever been on a wooden roller coaster? That shit is rough.
See,
Yeah,
but they
but I
were
haven't
screaming,
pissed
so
my
nobody
pants.
knew that they were actually in pain. Whee!
Have you ever been on a wooden roller coaster with kidney stones?
I think
You
you're
don't think
missing.
so?
I think you're missing I think you're missing my disconnect. Kidney stones make it harder to piss, and
roller coasters make it easier.
But I haven't.
My
But
mind
that
is
still
blown,
means
bro.
that these people were pissing their pants on Thunder Mountain.
Well, it is no. So kidney stones it's a collection of minerals inside of your kidney,
Okay.
and they become hardened and
Calcified.
calcified.
Yeah.
So the roller coaster dislodges it, so it breaks. So like I guess the jittering of it, maybe I don't know. But this guy won an IG Nobel Prize in 2018 for medicine because of this study on kidney stones and roller coasters. It dislodged his kidney stone, so he was able to pass easier.
That sounds like a band you would hear on the Tony Hawk soundtrack. Kidney stones and roller coasters.
Thunder Mountain Kidney Stone Pulverizer.
Jesus, dude.
That's fucking bananas. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
you're welcome.
What has everybody been doing this week? At the end of the show, we wrap up with our bounties. That's what we're playing, listening to, reading, or watching that we want to share with people.
I think we just talked about that. Just
We
kidding.
did
But
mostly
I think it's
about
going to be a
playing.
recap.
But
Yeah.
I got some new stuff from watching.
listening, watching, reading, and if you have something else playing, let us know. Tech, you said you had something, so why don't you start us off?
I'm addicted to Lego Masters.
Nice.
Will Arnett is a fucking amazing host. He's just an amazing.
Wait, what is that on?
It's on Hulu, so I don't know
Okay,
what it's
okay.
on Fox maybe.
No, I meant like streaming service. You got it.
Yeah, Hulu. Really entertaining, really insane. I've never been into Legos at all growing up, and it makes me want to get into Legos. Like the shit they make they're artists, they're masters.
Yeah.
It's really dope to see. And Will Arnett is just a fucking great host.
Will Arnett's the shit.
He's the shit. Also watching Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I'm caught up on the 13th season.
Nice.
That one with the dramatic dance at the end.
Oh man.
My God, that episode is so powerful. One of the most powerful episodes I've ever seen of a comedy show.
For sure.
And now I'm watching season 14. So
Is
enjoying
season
that.
14 on Hulu now?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I need to watch that too.
It is.
All right.
New Apex mode came out this last week. System error or something.
System override.
System override.
Yeah.
Playing that a little bit. Been getting more into ranked.
We got a
almost
couple of
platinum.
wins the night we played, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Good shit.
That's about it.
All right. Dope. Ryan, what are your bounties for the week?
I've been playing a lot of Ark since I got my new server set up for that with the new update Genesis. It's pretty cool. They added like a space biome. It's called Lunar, and like low gravity. They've got like tech dinosaurs that fill up that whole world, which is pretty cool. But they've got a bunch of different. Do what?
I said robot dinos.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. When you kill them, you get like electronics and oil and weird things from them, so it's kind of cool that they do that. I've been playing Astroneer since the other day with Ben. I played with him a couple times, and then I streamed it today. Started out my own world. And actually, Ben, you know how hard it was to find aluminum? I can't find anything but aluminum on my
That's
world. Like every cavern is literally full with thousands and thousands of aluminum. But
That's crazy.
Interesting.
so yeah, I've been having fun doing that. But I haven't really played much. I mean, I've been playing Rocket League off and on, like I always do in Call of Duty. But I'm starting to branch out at least a little bit, especially for viewers' sake, because when 10,000 people are streaming Call of Duty, nobody's gonna come watch you.
Sure.
It's hard to find your name in the list of thousands of people.
Yeah,
Sure.
sure. 100%.
Absolutely true.
Yeah. But other than that, yeah, it's about it.
All right, dope.
Living the dream.
Ben, what you got?
Yeah, playing Astroneer with Ryan and Caleb and Moncho and Calamity was interesting. Seeing how broken the game still is and still having fun anyway and laughing so hard we're crying. You know, it's just sort of a game you can
Oh my
adventure
God.
with and have a full conversation.
I forgot about
same
that.
time.
That thing
Yeah,
that we were crying
pretty great.
over.
Of course, we dabbled with Warzone, and a lot of people weren't on the last 7 days, so I spent a lot of time alone, just sort of goofing off in Warframe. Sea of Thieves is about to introduce a chain shot, so as soon as you hit like a mast, it's dead in one shot, something like that. Pretty cool. And they got a new story mission coming up. You can throw fire grenades now. That's been out for a couple months, but yeah, that's basically it. Kim and I finished The Outsider, the Stephen King show on HBO. It was pretty great. Excuse me. One, it had two endings, like pre and mid credits. First ending was sort of second ending was awesome. So the real ending was great. Good show. Strongly recommend it. Music, nope. Movies, nope.
All right.
Books, nope.
No
So-
books. We need
Not
to
right now.
We need to start a Nerdy Bits book club, so we can all start reading more. Because I feel like it's a problem that we need to counter.
It's just a time. It's just a time thing for me.
Less group chat, more reading.
Oh
Yeah, there you
yeah, I've
go.
been reading our group chat all week.
Yeah.
Reading books in that
It's a
bitch.
fucking book, yeah, dude. We have a whole fucking narrative. We should get a publishing deal. What have I been doing this week? I've rolled credits on God of War.
Yeah. Nice.
The end of that game fucked me up. There's a moment where I can't even talk about it. Can I talk about it? It's been
Yeah, it's 2 years ago. You're good.
damn. Is it 2 years? 28?
Something like
Damn,
that, I
yeah,
don't know.
almost. There's a scene at the end where Kratos finally lets Atreus carry his mom's ashes. And when it happened, it caught me so wildly off guard.
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't see that coming, but when it happened, I was just like, oh, and it was instant, like, oof, I couldn't help it. Also, Baldur's End was, I didn't see that coming.
Hmm.
I thought they were going to figure out a way to make that work, and then he starts strangling his mom to death. And Kratos grabs him around the neck and goes, well, you must be better. The cycle ends now, and just fucking yank. And I was like, oh, fuck. Okay. Damn. That game's so good. That game's so good. And I'm excited to hear them announce God of War 2, which I think they're going to announce that this year. Yeah. There's a
So
lot of
I beat that
potential for
game.
that coming.
I beat that game probably
The worst time.
2 days after Dad's funeral.
I thought you did it right before the funeral. You finished it right
Something
before
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as you scatter your parents' ashes in the game or whatever, it's like,
Yikes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's why I stayed away from that game for so long. It's because I was
Yeah,
like,
sure,
I don't know
why
if I
not?
want to deal with this right now.
Right.
But yeah, that game's great. Everyone should play it. It's incredible. Played some Astroneer, enjoyed that. Played Ori and the Will of the Wisps last night.
The new
Ben,
one?
yes, Ben, play that game.
Okay.
Just like I don't know if the game style is gonna jive with you, but the game is so
Well, I beat the
artistic.
first one.
The game is so artistically fucking incredible.
I beat the first one.
Okay. This
So,
one's
I'm already on board.
yes. This one's
Yeah.
you're still my point. This
Uh-huh.
game is so pretty. It's so fucking pretty. I don't get it.
Right.
There are so many games that come out that are just like, poop show. And this is
It just feels like hand painted and crafted.
yeah, and so much moves in this game. I don't remember this much moving in the last one, but like leaves and branches and things you walk on flex, and it's just the whole game's in motion, and it's
Cool.
It's something. Watching, I'm like 5 episodes into Altered Carbon season 2. I wasn't sold on Anthony Mackie immediately, but have been sold on him since. He's got some work to do, I think, for my brain in being a leading man. He's been a supporting actor for a minute in the Marvel universe, and he's starting to get his own roles. He's in a movie coming up soon called Banks, or The Banker, something like that, as a leading man. And then, of course, you've got Falcon and Winter Soldier coming out at the end of this year, so that'll be interesting. But as the seasons progressed, he's grown on me. I don't like him as much as Joel Kinnaman as Takeshi.
Yeah, Joel was great.
But Joel's... Yeah, he just fit that role really well. Also, I was talking to Ben about this. I don't know if y'all remember, but Netflix had a thing pop up last year after Stranger Things Season 3 wrapped, where people were beefing with Netflix for how much Hopper smoked. Because it's a show that's about kids and he smokes a ton, and so Netflix started talking about pulling back on having tobacco use being so prevalent in some of their more widely viewed shows. And Takeshi Kovacs, the main character of Altered Carbon, in the first season smokes like crazy, and in the second season hasn't done it yet. And I know it's a small thing to beef about, but it felt so integral to the character, and like it served as a way for him to assert his like his voice in several scenes. Like literally, like someone puts out his cigarette when they walks into their house, and he just stares at them and takes another one out and lights it.
Yeah.
Like it was such a foundational part of his character. Him not doing it in the season does feel weird.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that has anything to do with Netflix cracking back on that.
Sure.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't think I've ever seen something like that happen, but you know, it. Yeah. That was watching, playing, listening to. There's an artist called. Oh no. Blue Wednesday. There's an artist called Blue Wednesday that makes chill hop and makes some of the most not complex. That's probably wrong. For chill hop, it's very complex. He makes some of the most like dense chill hop music that's so fucking good. Check him out. It's great. It's not just like a beat, a piano, and some voices. It's like there's the beat, the piano, the voices, of course, but then he's got like guitar, and he'll throw in other weird instruments and like sometimes strings and brass, and it's very good. It's very good. He had an EP come out recently, and there's a song on that
What's it called?
fucking handcuffs me every time. His name's Blue Wednesday. It's very good. Actually, I'll tell you the EP that's on while I'm thinking about, or while we're wrapping up. But other than that, I'm not reading anything yet. I've got some books lined up. I just need to start fucking doing that. But yeah. If you want to listen to the podcast, we post it on Fridays so y'all can hear it on podcast services. So you can get it on Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, not SoundCloud, Spotify. If you want to follow anything that the website does, you can go to nerdybits.com. You'll find our Twitter links and all of the links to the podcast there. If you want to follow me, you can follow me anywhere it's important. Xbox, PlayStation, Twitter, Instagram at Lubwub. Ryan, where can people find you?
Sergeant Sodium on Mixer, Xbox, Instagram, and Twitter.
Dope. Ben, where can people find you?
SketchSawyer.com and everywhere at SketchSawyer.
Ben, you announced a thing this week. What? Tell us about it.
Oh yeah, Butcher Queen's coming back. We actually have 2 Kickstarters coming out in April. Butcher Queen 2 and a long-running series I've been doing online called For Molly, which you can read for free, but we have some physical rewards for that. But yeah, Butcher Queen's still going, and you have your opportunity to actually get in the book this time, like last time. But get in the series. You can be a background character that just gets your head blown off, or you can actually have actually make a character out of you with talking parts and stuff like that. So pretty cool.
Yeah, super dope.
Nice.
Super dope. Tech, where can people find you?
At Tech Supreme on everything.
Where's that?
Got a new song coming out with Nick Min. called Right in Front of 5-0 that's coming out this week, and then we got another one coming out soon after that. That's already done and ready to go.
Nice.
So,
Awesome.
releasing some new music.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Fuck yeah. Well, thanks for listening to us, everybody. We will be
Yeah.
on playing something after this, probably some Call of Duty, some of the new update. But you can catch us again next week on Wednesday at 10:30 doing another podcast. Thanks so much for hanging out, and we will see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Toodles.